So I'm like, D, did you tell him where you got that information from? He was like, yeah, I told him. I was like, look, Kiana said that Keisha said da 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 da. And I was like, you said Kiana said? He was like, yeah, I told him that I got the information from you. I was like, but you eavesdropped and got that information. You didn't get it from me. So I'm sure he told Keisha that I told you. Like, no. You need to tell him that you eavesdropped on that. Like, no, I don't want Keisha thinking that I'm telling you her business because I'm not telling you her business. Like, no, don't know. And he was just like, calm down. Like, damn. My boy needed to know, so I told my boy. Like, it ain't no big deal. I was like, no, you don't understand. You need to let him know that you eavesdrop for that information so he can let Keisha know that you ear hustled for it. Like, and I didn't tell you. Like, please just let him know that I didn't tell you because I didn't tell you that. Like, I did not tell you that. And he was just like, it's going to be okay. Why you acting like that? Like, stop acting like that. Like, ew, stop. Like, you keep whining at me. Stop. I'm like, but D, like that's my friend, D. I'm like, that's my friend. You're just like, okay, that's your friend. She gonna still be your friend? Like why you acting like that? I'm like, but you shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have did that. I'm like, you shouldn't have did that. Like, you shouldn't have. And he was just like, it's gonna be all right. My boy needed to know what was going on in his house. Like, he needed to know. I was like, but that wasn't your place. What the fuck you mean that wasn't my place, Slim? What the fuck you mean? Let me know right now what the fuck you mean that wasn't my place. That's my boy. His girl was doing some foul shit, so I let my boy know his girl was doing some foul shit. How he check her is how he fucking check her. I'm just like, all right, D. All right, whatever. Let's whatever. So we get back, go to the NICU, and that was that. I didn't talk to Keisha that night. I kind of like just let things be because I didn't know. And the next day, I didn't hear from her. I was like, I texted her, hey, and that was it. And I just chopped it up to, okay, they still mad. They still got some things going on. So I'm going to give Keisha her space. So I gave Keisha her space. So we're on day 10 of Kion being in the NICU. And it was the first time I got to hold him. So I get to the NICU and it was just like, guess what? I was like, what? And it was like, you'll get to hold him today. We're just going to get somebody to come over to be able to tape all his tubes to you and everything, but you'll get to hold him. I was like, yes, I was so excited because this is the first time I'm like holding him, like holding my son, and it'll actually help my milk because I was struggling with making milk. Like I was struggling at first. So I'm like, yes, it's the first time. So I called D. I was like, hey, look, I'm about to hold him for the first time. Like, do you want to come over here and see? Like, do you want to hold him too? He was like, nah, you got it. I was like, but okay. All right. I just wanted to let you know. All right. And I hung up. So they ended up putting him on me and everything. And I'm holding him and I'm just like in awe. Cause I'm just like, he's so tiny. It's like, but it was such a weird feeling. It's like when you put a little tiny puppy on your chest for the first time. That's how it felt like. It was a small little puppy on my chest. So like I'm holding him and the nurse was just like, let me see your phone so I can take a picture. You need a picture of this moment. And I was like, okay. And she got my phone and she took the picture and then I was just so, that moment. So once I had my hour of kangaroo time with him. That's that skin to skin time. They said it's good with bonding for the baby in NICU. So they let him stay on me for an hour, and then they put him back in his little incubator or whatever not. And I was just sitting there watching him and like reading to him, like, because I researched online that, you know, when you have blood in your brain, you have to stimulate your brain. So I'm just like reading to him music, just the things that's going to stimulate his brain, talking to him. So that's what I was constantly doing. I was constantly talking to him. I was constantly reading to him. I was constantly like listening to music and singing. And I know I couldn't sing, but it's just like, how your mama sang? I was that mommy that was singing. I was always singing. So I was on cloud 9 after being able to hold him. So I go back to the Ronald McDonald house, and everything was cool. I didn't care what D was doing at this point. It was whatever. He was take the car, go to work, do his thing. I wasn't focused on that. I was only focused on my son in the NICU. So after I was able to hold him, I go back to the Ronald McDonald house. I call Carter's dad and was like, hey, I'm out of the hospital. Is there any way that I could see Carter? Because I haven't seen Carter since I went into the hospital July 2nd, and we are now into the middle of August, and I haven't seen Carter because his dad didn't bring him to the hospital to see me. So I called him, and I was just like, is there any way that I can, see him? He was like, well, no, we got a lot going on right now. I was like, look, I don't want to, pick him up or anything. I just want to be able to, see him. I'm like, because I don't have a house. We're living at the Ronald McDonald house. So I'm like, I can't pick him up anyway, but I want to be able to see him. And he was just like, we'll see. I'll see what I could do. I'll see what I could do. And it was like, okay. Now left it at that. Never heard anything else from him. like nothing. So on day 5, with not hearing anything from him, and see if I can go, if I could see Carter, I took it upon myself to go to the daycare, Carter's daycare, to see Carter. So from that moment on, whenever I got a second, I would go to Carter's daycare while he was at daycare, and I would see him. The staff would let me in, and I would go to Carter, and we would go in this separate room, this little book room that they had, and we'll sit on the floor and we'll read, or we'll go out to the playground, that little playground, and we'll go out and play for a little while. I tried not to stay too long, maybe an hour, but it was just so that I could see him, because his dad wasn't already letting me talk to him that much, because I was barely talking to him, and he wouldn't agree to me seeing him. So I just took it upon myself. I'm gonna just go to the daycare and see him. I don't have to ask his dad, can I go to the daycare? Because it's the daycare and I'm his mom. They're gonna let me see him. And they did. So I was doing that for a while, and about 2 weeks after that whole Keisha incident, with Dee telling Quentin, what me and Keisha was talking about, I made a post on Instagram. I forgot what the post was. But Keisha saw the post because we was in Instagram followers. We hadn't said any words since I saw her and Quentin outside. Nothing. Because I was trying to give Keisha her space. Because you hear something like that, and I'm sure her man said that it came from me. And I'm just like, look, I'm going to just let them have their space. She'll come to me and talk to me when she's ready. So I made a post on Instagram. I forgot exactly what it said, but Keisha saw it, and she took it as shade towards her. So she texts me, and we're going back and forth in the text messages, and I'm just like, I didn't tell Dee anything. Dee eavesdropped, and she heard it, and she said, but that's not the point. Right now she was going through it in her relationship, and she just want to focus on fixing her relationship. And I'm just like, I understand. I understand. And then that was the end of me and Keisha. And I felt some type of way about it. But it was the end because she no longer trusted me. She didn't trust that Dee actually did eavesdrop at first. She didn't trust that. And, I get it. Because, when you're in a relationship, females tend to tell their man everything that's going on. So it's I get it. I understood it. It sucked because I was confiding in Keisha, and yeah, but yeah, we was no longer cool after that. And once it was going back and forth, and we came to the conclusion that we just needed to let that end. I was so mad and I was so hurt. And I was just outside, just yelling. And D come out. He was just like, yo, what's going on with you? Like, what's up? And I was telling him, I was just like, look, me and Keisha just fell out because of that bullshit that you did with Quentin. And like you telling Quentin that I told you some shit and I didn't tell you shit. And he was like, lower your voice, Slim. I was like, look, I ain't got time for that bullshit right now. I ain't got time for your aggression right now, nigga. I don't give a fuck. If you gonna hit me, fucking hit me. Like, just fucking hit me. I just lost my fucking friend. I'm like, this is my fucking friend. And you sitting up here telling me to lower my fucking voice. I'm like, fuck my goddamn voice, motherfucker.